Today is checkout day and I am about halfway through packing, but every morning at 10 o'clock they do a wildlife feeding program here at the Flamingo, including feeding the flamingos. I've watched it twice in parts, but I want to see the full thing, so I'm heading down now and then I'm going to go back up and finish packing.
And he's a very lightweight bird. He weighs less than 8 pounds. So when you see him swim, he appears very buoyant in the water. That's because he has air sacs that line his entire body.
So we are now packed and ready to go. I've got my suitcase and my rucksack. It's got a spare change of clothes in there. I was expecting LA to be warm, but I've looked at the weather and it's actually only 22 today and it's 29 here. So it might be a little bit cooler, so I've put a change of clothes in for later. You would have thought I'd be getting like a pro at packing, but for some reason the suitcase wouldn't shut this time. So that was interesting. A little bit of moving around and repacking for the third time. I'm now going to head out on the big bus tour, go and explore some of the hotels, explore New York, explore Paris a little bit more, and then going on the flyover. I've got a bag of snacks that I need to finish. There's some crisps that are left over and the rest of the brownie from last night that I didn't finish, and then a Coke that I was going to put in my suitcase, in my rucksack for the flight, and then I realised I won't be allowed it through security, so I'm going to have that as well. I have checked out and I've dropped my luggage off at the luggage storage place, and every time I do it, I mean granted this is twice, but he's like, we work on tips. I just think it's a hotel service. They shouldn't be telling people that in order to get your luggage back you have to give them money. But anyway, I've almost got the whole bus to myself, which is very odd considering how San Francisco was, where you couldn't even get on the bus sometimes because it was so busy. But there was a family on that just got off. There was like 8 of them and they all sat separately, which then meant other people had to sit downstairs. Like, why don't they just sit next to each other? Anyway. So today we are exploring the hotels, and first up is Excalibur, which is a castle, and I think this one looks so cool. So I'm just walking next door now to Luxor. Luxor is the Egyptian themed hotel. Did I mention that Excalibur is supposed to be the British themed? It's supposed to be like a British castle. So Luxor is the Egyptian themed hotel. It is shaped like a pyramid and otherwise known as the pyramid. It's the one I was waiting for the beam to light up yesterday, but it never did. Now I have been to Egypt. I'm pretty sure I've vlogged that whole trip, so there's probably a playlist on here. When did I go? It would have been probably nearly 10 years ago now, but I still think this place is really impressive. I'm assuming this Sphinx is made of concrete, whereas the one in Egypt is obviously made of, like, I was going to say confidence then, but now I'm not so sure, sand. But the one in Egypt is very much falling apart and deteriorating, whereas this one is like perfectly smooth. All the details are there. Now it's a shame the monorail line cuts in front, but I'm assuming they knew that when they built it because it looks older than the hotel, but I'm not actually sure. This hotel is just cool. I'm now walking to the final hotel on this little strip. Sorry, my phone said it ran out of storage, which is crazy. But anyway, what was I saying? I'm now walking to the final hotel on this little strip, which is Mandalay Bay. I was considering walking then up the other direction back to New York's area, but I think I'm going to be a little bit tight on time, and I would rather do the other bits first, and then if I've got time I can always walk back to New York. But yeah, I don't want to risk it just in case. But Mandalay Bay is supposed to be the most beautiful hotel on the strip. Looks like they're trying to conserve water because all the water features have been turned off and drained, which is a shame. It was actually one of the tour guides that recommended coming here, so it's a little crazy that it's all been completely drained, and it doesn't look new because there's quite a lot of foliage growing that wouldn't normally be growing, so more luxurious hotel. There's a lot of people in business suits and they look like they're working. I don't think it's that pretty, and there was no aquarium tank behind the lobby, which somebody said there was. It's very windy, so I'm not sure if you'll be able to hear me, but I just missed the stop by literally like 30 seconds. I didn't know if you would stop, but I put my hand out on the side of the road and like with praying. Flyover experience of Vegas, and it's fully booked for the next hour, which is really frustrating because I'm obviously on a schedule. I've got to get back to the hotel, collect my luggage and then head to the airport, but I've booked it for 3 o'clock and it's going to be tight, but it should be okay. This is a bit of a different experience to my other ones, so much more luxurious. Got a cold. I feel like my nose is going to start running, but I have officially made it to my last city. I've made it to LA, Los Angeles, and I've just got into my hotel, the last hotel and the last room tour of this trip. So as you come in, there's like a little hallway space. I don't really know what else this is for because there's a wardrobe and there's no like railing here, but there's a floor length mirror. I'll obviously move my suitcase. Got a mini fridge and ice area. I've got a wardrobe, desk, TV, 2 queen beds again. They look smaller, so maybe they're supposed to be queens. A window, but it's dark, so I don't know what's out there. Air conditioning, and then always my favourite is the bathroom. This is damaged, but the rest of it seems fine. So we've got nice tiles, a sink area, big mirror, towels, and then black fitted shower area. It's funny, this room is lovely and it's perfect and there's nothing more that I could possibly want. But going from the Flamingo where everything was like bright pink to this is very dreary and dark. And maybe it's just because it's night time when I'm seeing it for the first time, but it feels a little bit odd. As you can tell, I obviously got changed. I got to the airport at about 4:30, which actually works out perfectly. I got there well before the 2 hours I was supposed to, and because the Flyover experience was fully booked, I actually did that an hour later than I was anticipating. But I still made it. Good timing. Taxi was perfect. Well, Uber was perfect. And then when I got to the airport, it was a little bit chilly, so I changed into my top and my leggings, which I had packed in my handbag. Not my handbag. My hand luggage, because I just thought in a dress I was going to be a little bit chilly. And it was true, because I was getting a little bit cold on the flight. However, it was the shortest flight I've ever had. We're in the air for a total of 35 minutes. I think it was 38 to be precise. But we were waiting on the tarmac, setting off longer than we were in the air for, which I found really bizarre. And then when I got to the airport at LA, I don't know if it's because it's a big airport, but the Ubers and Lyfts and taxis only pick up from one area. And I was at a different terminal, so you have to get a shuttle bus, and they have a specific shuttle bus just for taxis, Ubers, and oops, my phone fell. I guess I'll be holding it for the rest of the time. So yeah, I had to get on the shuttle bus, and then I got a text message saying that my driver was going to be leaving because I was taking too long. And I was like, wait, I'm on my way. I'm literally just pulling up in the shuttle bus. I'll be there in 2 minutes. Luckily she waited, and it's the first time I've had a female, she was fine. She was just a bit aggressive, and she said she didn't know where she was going, and she was asking me for directions, and I was like, I've just got here. So that was interesting. But anyway, as you can see, I'm in the hotel. I've started to get ready for bed. I've got Rainbow, my hairbrush, and then I've just put my clothes out. I'm going to get ready for bed and probably watch something in bed. Tomorrow I'm going to Universal Studios, which isn't something that I would normally book for myself, but I really want to go to the Wizarding World of Harry Potter. And I've heard that, and I've read and I've seen that there's a lot of rides there that aren't like thrill rides. And I do like rides, just not the ones that are a bit more adventurous. So hopefully I'll have a good day. My worry is only, I'm gonna sit down, about how to get there. So I had booked a shuttle, but about 3 weeks ago, the company, yeah, just before I got on the cruise, 2.5 weeks ago, the company's gone out of business. And I've tried to look, and I can't find another like shuttle company that'll pick me up from here and take me to there. So I'm gonna do a little bit of research. I think I'll probably get an Uber or a Lyft, but I'm gonna try and do a little bit of research to see if they can pick me up from somewhere slightly inwards where I'm gonna get breakfast that's closer, and then drop me off somewhere slightly further away so I have to walk in. I don't mind a little bit of walking, but I don't want to walk for 4 hours.